is for the ones who care.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. My name is hughwizzy and you're watching 90 More, back again with breaking news for that ass. It appears that Don Raul and Accountants FC are busy turning Fraud Gang into True Ballers FC. Business is being done left, right and centre, and the latest breaking news is that Jenkinson has signed a 3-year contract with Nottingham Forest, the Championship side, taking the 27-year-old former England international onto the books on a permanent basis, lads. The banter era may well be coming to an end. This is beautiful business. It may well be late on into the window, but we are getting things done. And in this video, we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of transfers, including a whole bunch of clubs. Make sure you subscribe if you're new and drop the video a damn like if you breathe oxygen. But for now, let's get down to business. Jenkinson signing a 3-year deal with Nottingham Forest, and I do want to wish him well. He is an Arsenal fan, a Gooner at heart. His granddad was a Gooner, and I'm sure that he'll be supporting the club to the day that he dies. And for that much, you've got to love him because he's one of us. He really is a fan who has lived every football fan's dream, every Arsenal fan's dream, running out at the Emirates in front of 60,000 when they all turn up, and scoring a goal against Norwich, which was probably the crowning moment for him and was very emotional, you could see. I do want to wish him the best. He always gave his all for the club, and I do hope that it all works out for him. Jenkinson moving on a permanent basis for a fee believed to be around £3 million. Beautifully ruthless business moves in the market from Don Raul and Vinay. You have to say that we are moving in the right direction, and it's very, very promising. Freeing up about £50,000 to £60,000 on the wage bill, and hopefully meaning that we can push forward and get a defender over the line. As I say in this video, we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of transfers, including the likes of Juventus, Barcelona, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Spurs. Let's get down to business, no messing around. More exciting reports for Arsenal fans first, in that Mohamed ElNeny, the Egyptian Labradoodle, may well be close to joining Galatasaray. According to Turkish news reports, Galatasaray officials are currently in London holding talks with Arsenal regarding ElNeny's move to Turkey. Can it happen? Please say a prayer. This is beautiful stuff. I'm not going to lie, I don't know whether this is going to happen. Galatasaray fans don't seem that keen on it, but it would be beautiful business if we can get this one over the line. Let's hope that there are legs to this. The Evening Standard are reporting that Watford are hopeful of completing a deal to sign former Arsenal forward Danny Welbeck on a free transfer. He is available. Will be a great signing. I think he fit in very well and he wouldn't have to move, obviously, because he's in London or near. So looks like that one could be a goer. And more sensational breaking news for that ass, in that Mr. Jim White of TalkSport and Sky Sports, who is actually friends with Farhad Moshiri, has tweeted that Arsenal have received a £30 million bid for Alexander Iwobi, the Nigerian international. Yeah? JJ Okocha's world-class nephew could well be on his way to Everton. What do we think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alexander Iwobi, the subject of a £30 million bid from Everton. That is according to Sky Sports' Jim White, who I know personally is friends with Farhad Moshiri. This could be very exciting. Could we well see Wilfried Zaha moving in the other direction, and then the possibility of actual balance in the attack with Pepe on the right, Zaha on the left, and Aubameyang or Lacazette up top. Sensational scenes. The market is absolutely mental right now, and the next couple of days are going to be extremely hectic as the transfer window comes to an end and Arsenal try and piece together a squad capable of something special, or at least capable of something a bit better than last season. And Don Raul, our new man in charge of Accountants FC, is extremely active, with the latest reports saying that Arsenal have reached an agreement with the pretty much unwanted Juventus centre-back Daniel Rugani ahead of a potential 2-year loan deal. Now, in case you missed it, our last video, which there is a link to in the description box below, make sure you smash the hell out of the like button on this one. Support the boy. Do you want more vids, or do you want me to sack it all off? Huh? I need the support. Let's get 2,000 likes on this motherfucker. So, we did make a video on Laurent Koscielny, another captain, another Arsenal captain who has left, signing for Bordeaux for £4.6 million, and so the club go from needing one centre-back to possibly two, whilst still clinging on to the hope that we can get rid of everyone's favourite World Cup winner, the truly elite baller, that is Shkodran Mustafi. The window for Europe, obviously slightly longer, and there is still then a chance for him to be offloaded. This little German belly dancer doesn't seem to want to go though, so we may well be going into the season with him still as part of the squad. But the fact that there's only a few hours left before Thursday's 5 p.m. transfer deadline has seen Raul and Arsenal in general scrambling to get deals over the line. And Italian journalist Alfredo Pedula has claimed that a deal with Rugani is edging nearer after an important breakthrough this week. Arsenal were alleged to have agreed to pay Rugani €4 million per season, which breaks down into the equivalent of about 80 grand a week. And the 25-year-old would apparently join the Gunners on an initial 2-year loan deal with an obligation to buy later for £36.8 million. That's nearly 40 million euros. That is 40 million euros. Rugani was heavily linked with Chelsea last summer after struggling to establish himself as a regular starter in Turin ahead of Chiellini and Bonucci. But he eventually stayed put, playing less often than he had done the season before. Wolves are also said to be interested in Rugani, but are crucially behind Arsenal in the race. Manchester United are also been named in Pedula's report, yet it's noted that their interest went no further than an initial assessment, and they have, of course, since bought Harry Maguire for £80 million. Don't forget who brought you that story first, you little frauds, giving me shit in the chat about it was a fake story. Where are you now? Where are you now, you little fucking bumberclots? For Arsenal, Rugani appears to be a much more attainable target than Upamecano, whose stock is continuing to rise in the Bundesliga. And the Daily Mail are actually reporting that Leipzig have rejected a £55 million bid from Arsenal for the 20-year-old French defender. Daily Mirror, meanwhile, suggesting that it could be even harder to land Upamecano, and they report that Leipzig have absolutely no intention of selling the former Salzburg centre-back unless Arsenal trigger his, wait for it, £92 million release clause, which would, of course, set a new world record fee for a defender, even though Harry Maguire has just broken it. And there is more huge news coming out of North London, as it appears that Tottenham have agreed a £69 million deal for Juventus forward Paulo Dybala, and all that is left now is to discuss terms and conditions with the player. It's believed that Dybala wants to earn 300 grand a week, which would put him on 50k more than highest earner at the club, Harry Kane, as it stands. And this is all going to come as a shock to Manchester United fans, who were obviously understood to have decided against pursuing Dybala after learning of the player's wage demands, along with a £15 million requested cut to his agent and other complications over some image rights. This is not going to be a simple deal to pull over the line, there's no denying that, but potentially huge, and Tottenham again in the mix with some very, very elite players. They've also been linked with a £25 million move for Fulham's Ryan Sessegnon. And this move could happen if only because it would provide Juventus with enough money to be able to pay outright for Lukaku, who obviously was initially part of a swap deal with Juventus for Dybala. Spurs have already broken their transfer record, splashing £65 million on Tanguy Ndombele, and they could be set to break it once again in just one transfer window if they can agree personal terms with the 25-year-old. This is Dybala's girlfriend, Oriana Sabatini, whose aunt actually won the US Open back in the 90s. She's been on Instagram in her story, and she's apparently put out a cryptic message, which we're going to have a look at now. Here it is. We've got clouds in the background, very pensive mood. No entienden las cosas que estamos preparando para ustedes. Septiembre se viene. So she's basically saying, don't understand the things that we are preparing for you. September is coming, baby. So don't understand the things. Okay, it could be something big is about to happen. This obviously could well be about her life, but I think her life is as much Paulo's life because they're a team couple. Something big may well be happening, so we will keep our eyes posted on this one. I think that Dybala, who only scored 10 goals last season and has played a bit part since Cristiano Ronaldo's arrival, hasn't really been able to kind of cement a role. Could well be on the move. We will find out soon. In other news, it's being reported that Manchester City will announce the signing of Portuguese right-back João Cancelo from Juventus after he passed a medical yesterday in Manchester, with Danilo set to go the other way as part of a deal worth £53 million. Apparently, Manchester City will pay Juventus £27 million, with Danilo being valued at £26 million, heading over to Turin. The Portuguese defender Cancelo penning a 5-year deal and is expected to be unveiled at the Etihad later today. We may well do another video on that. Danilo joined City from Real Madrid in 2017 and was also in Italy yesterday completing his medical. Another reason why City are going to be unstoppable this season. They simply don't have any weaknesses, and if their substitute backup right back is basically potentially the best right back in the league, everyone has even more of a problem than they did last season. The Telegraph are reporting that Manchester United have stepped up their pursuit of Christian Eriksen and are hoping that Spurs will compromise on the price. Eriksen is believed to want a new challenge, and Manchester United are very interested in trying to strike a deal before the transfer window closes at 5 p.m. on Thursday. The Danish midfielder has been linked to a number of top European clubs, including Real Madrid, Juventus and Atletico, but Tottenham have yet to receive a formal bid. Apparently Daniel Levy would prefer to sell Eriksen overseas rather than to a direct rival, but he is also reluctant to allow such a valuable asset to leave for nothing because his contract does expire next summer. So, with just a few hours left before the close of the window, there is hope that Daniel Levy would accept much less than the 130 million that clubs were being quoted, and Tottenham are bracing themselves for European clubs making cut price bids of under £50 million once the Premier League window closes. Don't forget, those German, Spanish, Italian, French windows are open until September the 2nd. And last but not least, DC United, brace yourself for this, I'm not sure you're ready. DC United of MLS are set for talks with representative of none other than Mesut Ozil. Representatives are going out to America, Washington, to speak to DC United boss Ben Olsen, who is looking for a replacement for the recently departing, or soon to be departing, Wayne Rooney, who's joining Derby in January. Is there any truth to this? I really don't know. But it would appear that Arsenal are ready to offload Ozil as soon as possible. Reports in the US are saying that Mario Balotelli, who's currently without a club, is another big name that is being looked at. But is there any truth to Mesut Ozil, who has recently been linked to Fenerbahce in going to MLS? You would think that 350 grand a week would be way too much for an MLS side. Listen, I'm going to love you and leave you. That's about all for now. I hope you're enjoying the videos. Make sure you subscribe if you're new and drop the video a damn like if you breathe oxygen. For now, though, I'm going to love you and leave you. My name's been Hugh Wizzy, and this has been a lot of fun. Peace.